And
Hey,
hi, yes, thank you for joining me today. I'm very
I'm
excited to
really
have you.
excited to talk to you.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm so interested to hear about the work that you're doing on, on relationships and all that. And this show is called I Knew It, and it's about intuition. And so I just wanted to ask you your thoughts on the role that intuition plays in relationships. And I know you, and we're going to talk about two roles, but the first role is kind of different, counterintuitive, you like to call it.
Well, it depends on the person, you know. So if you are somebody who is emotionally mature and you have a good track record trusting your own intuition, then that's a good thing. But the thing that I come across really often is that most people can't tell the difference between true intuition and wishful thinking or magical thinking.
Wow, yeah, that's a great point. Yes,
And that's a problem,
it
so
is.
I teach people how to find love and keep love, and
Okay.
also how to be love. And when it comes to finding love, the women that I come across who have the hardest time, I mean, really, like, every other area of their life works, but they can't make it work in love, are the women who consider themselves spiritual and intuitive.
Right, right, right. Can you explain more about that? Why that
Yeah.
seems to be, you know? Yeah.
Well, for a couple of reasons. So let's define what spiritual is so you and I are on the same page.
Yes.
So for me, if I were to say to you, I'm a spiritual person, that would mean that I'm somebody who has an internal connection to the divine, whether you call it God, goddess, higher power, that I have regular dialogues,
Yeah.
that my outside actions are one of love and compassion and tolerance, right?
Yeah.
But what I find in the world is that a lot of women consider themselves spiritual because they're drinking green drinks, going to hot yoga, doing soul cycle, eating non-GMO organic foods, reading Deepak Chopra books, and meditating.
Right.
They have conflated healthy living with spiritual practice.
Right, right. And just all of that, all of those activities and stuff like that isn't going to draw you a healthy relationship, right?
Well, not at all. I mean, if you
Right.
if you if you want to practice healthy living, that's wonderful. And
Right.
it doesn't make you spiritual because, you could go do 90 minutes of hot yoga,
Yeah.
get in your car, get on the freeway, have somebody cut you off and you're screaming obscenities at them. Now, what's happened to your body is
Yeah.
you've just wasted 90 minutes of your life doing yoga, because what happens inside of you when we are angry or frustrated is we
Yes.
suppress our immune system for up to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to have that distinction between healthy living and
Yes.
being a spiritual person. So that's part one.
Yes.
Biggest problem spiritual women have is that when they put together their soulmate wish list, one of their top 5 items is he has to be spiritual.
Right, right.
This is
Right.
the kiss of death, and this is why it's the kiss of death.
Mhm.
Because men practice spirituality different from women. So you could find the perfect, conscious, loving, generous, compassionate man on the planet who has never meditated, will never do yoga with you, will throw up if you give him a green drink, has never heard of Marianne Williamson.
Right,
It doesn't mean he's not spiritual. You're just labeling him
right,
because you want the male version of you.
right, right. And that's a
So
problem. Yeah.
right, it's a huge problem. So really what I want women to do is to understand that what their soul is calling for is a conscious man. And let me define that for you. A conscious man is a man who lives his life on purpose. A man who would put his sword in the ground and take a bullet for you.
Yes.
A man who understands masculinity.
Yes.
A man who's going to be your safe place to land. And he may never read A Course in Miracles or ever hear of it. And it doesn't mean he's not spiritual. He may, in fact, be a hunter, He
Yeah.
may go out and shoot turkeys and eat them. It
Right.
doesn't make him not a conscious man.
Right. Right.
So so those are the first two parts. Now the third part is when you talk about intuition.
Mhm.
Women who tend to be deeply intuitive also tend to be highly sensitive. Bright
Oh, yeah.
light, noises bother them. They're very empathetic. They can feel your pain. None of that helps you in a relationship because they have this idea, oh, when I go to meet this date, I will know in 15 or 20 seconds whether or not he's the one.
Right. Right. And that's just not true.
It's totally not true. In fact, I have researched this. I have many, many couple friends that have soulmate life partnerships. All right, they're true soulmates. On average, none of the women recognized that they could even be deeply attracted to this man until the fifth date. The fifth date. And
Wow.
then you've
Wow.
got all these intuitive women out there who are
Right.
meeting somebody, and by 3 minutes in, they've written them off.
Right. Right.
That's why it's different. It's different because women, whether you're spiritual or not, or intuitive or not, women fall in love between their ears. We have to know somebody's heart and know somebody's soul. We can't just look at them. Now, does it ever happen? Yes.
Right.
1 out of 100 times that happens. But for most of us mere mortals, we
Yes.
need to know somebody.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's when I say intuition can be counterintuitive in relationships. That's what I mean.
That makes
Because
perfect sense.
right, if you show up at the door, let's say you open your door. Do you know who Russell Simmons is?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, right? He's handsome. He's a billionaire. He's
Yeah.
written books about yoga and meditation.
Oh, yeah.
He's totally cool.
Yes.
You open your door and Russell Simmons is there, and your heart goes pitter patter, beep beep beep, and you want him for your boyfriend. Do you know he's being indicted on multiple rapes in the state of New York?
Okay. See.
He practices yoga and he meditates. So none of those are values to be looking for in a conscious man.
Right.
It might be the greatest thing in the world if your husband's going to do yoga with you. Maybe, maybe not. I say it's much more important that you have a shared vision for the future. That
Yeah.
you have, that you're accepting of each other's hobbies. So if your hobby's yoga and his is golf, you go do a yoga retreat when he's doing a golf retreat. There's just so many ways to work it out.
Right. And then the story about Russell just reminded me of something that has actually happened to me.
Yeah.
Some people, some men pretend to be spiritual because they know I'm a spiritual writer and all this stuff. And they just put on a big fake thing. So in that sense, I have to watch my intuition. But as women, the intuition is to trust or that sort of thing. So that brings us into the next conversation.
Right.
About the red flags or when is it not worth pursuing?
Right, because let's say you're with somebody and they say something and in your body you feel like something's off.
Right.
Oh, but he's tall, handsome, has a good job, he's doing yoga, he's cycling, he's this, he's that, and you step over it.
Yeah.
That's where your intuition hurts. That's where you hurt yourself, as opposed to saying, hey, I think what I heard you just say was A, B, and C. Did I miss that? Or is that what you meant? And then you get clarity. You don't wait 5 months to go, oh, well, the truth is he told me on the third date that he's,
Right.
whatever it is he's doing that's unacceptable. Right. And that happens all the time because, people say, oh, I was blindsided. I didn't know. And that's a lie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That goes back to the wishful thinking. We try to do this wishful thinking and we ignore all that. So this is very, very good advice.
Yeah, and this is the purpose of dating. I know there's so many women out there who want it to happen really fast. They don't want to date. They don't like dating. They just want to get this part over with and start planning the wedding. And here's the simple facts. It really takes a full year to get to know somebody.
Wow, you're right.
4 seasons. And this is why God invented dating. You want to be dating. You want to travel with them. You absolutely must meet their friends and family. They must meet your friends and family. And if 3 of your friends come to do an intervention, It's not because they're jealous. It's because they're seeing something you can't see, and it's worth listening to them.
Right, right. Wow.
Sorry for the fam. We're having a heat wave here. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because you're out in California, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina and it's rainy and chilly, so it's okay.
Oh. All right, I'll send the heat your way.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so that's excellent advice, and I think that so intuition can work, in your favor, or like you were saying, being counterintuitive. So we just
Yeah,
got.
I think especially for intuitive women, love is the area where you need to really practice being practical. Okay.
I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the whole inspiration for this show and this topic that I'm doing is my own literally disaster relationship that was like of literally biblical proportions. It was like so bad, like and so I'm like, I want to help other people, because that what you were just describing was my big lesson. And you're the expert at this, so I wanted you to share
Listen,
that. I know it.
It happens to everybody,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, attractive, heart-centered, intuitive women, especially if they're successful,
Yeah.
become targets. They become prey for narcissists.
Yep. Yep.
And they know how to say the thing you want to hear. They know you're craving romance,
Yeah.
that you're craving to be seen. And they have no empathy, no ability to feel. They just want to capture you and own you, and then they break your heart and they take your money and they leave you.
Right. That's exactly what happened.
I can't name names, but there are women
There's no names
know
here.
that are household names that this has happened to, including my sister when she was alive. It happened to her also.
Yeah.
You know how to play the game. There was actually a book written teaching men how to do this. I'm not even going to say the title of the book.
Yeah, don't even. Yeah.
It was a big bestseller for men that basically taught men the easiest way to pick up beautiful, fit women was to go to New Age workshops and yoga classes.
Oh my
So
God.
they're there.
Yeah.
So doing the things you most love to do, you have to be even more careful.
Right. That's exactly right. So that is where spirit or God or universe, whatever, like put me now to help others with that experience. And that's exactly what I intend to do, is just help other people.
And the thing I'm sure you've come up against is, you've probably sat with somebody who, told you the story where you went, oh my God, and you explained to them what was happening, and then they never spoke to you again because they didn't want to hear it, because they are going to be the one that it's different, that you can't possibly be.
Right. That's exactly right. So yeah, I can't make anybody take heed the warning.
Right,
But
right.
I can just try and put it out there, and every little bit helps other women, I think, or even men when they get caught in a situation like that, Yeah. So is there any, because we're running out of time, is there any sort of words that you want to leave the audience with as far as intuition and as far as all of that goes?
Yeah, I would tell them to listen to you.
Yeah. Listen to this, rewatch this.
And also let you know that I've got a lot of great stuff on my website.
I was going to ask you that too. Let everyone know what you're doing, and if you have any new projects coming up.
Yeah, so my website is soulmatesecret.com, and there's a tab called free stuff. So there's lots of free stuff there. Just check that out. And right now, Claire Zammit and I have this amazing course called The Love Codes. It's a 12-week online course for single women who want to manifest a conscious man. And we've got a free introductory seminar, which is at soulmatepassion44.com, soulmatepassion44.com.
All right. See, this was perfect. Yeah, so thank you for that work and for that information, and I'll be sure to.
And thank you for what you're doing, because it's really important to understand that, and if you're very intuitive, you have to be even more careful.
Yes. So thank you so much, and have a great afternoon. And I just look forward to your work, just checking out more work. Yes.
Thank you, Maryann.
Okay, bye-bye.